This is the thing that happens when you talk shit about somebody and you own up to it, and it is what it is. You feel me? So
they so caught up in my pride, but don't know what's inside. I've been down and I've been up, still ain't giving up.
good.
That's so good.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Octavia, and today I'm back with a story time video. So today's story time is going to be the time that a bully at my middle school got stabbed, and I said my few words on it, and I got confronted. I got approached by the bully, and I got approached by a few other people about what I said. Now, the moral of this story time and why I'm telling it is I want y'all to see how I handle situations like that in the past, and if you are dealing with anything like that, you know what I'm saying? So this did happen in middle school, but people's need to claim hoods and stuff like that in DC especially has always been high ever since I was young. People felt the need to do that, and I really didn't. You know what I'm saying? I grew up around Berry Farms, but I didn't want to be defined by that. I didn't want people to automatically put something negative on my name just because of where I grew up. But the middle school that I went to is called Elliott. By the time I went there, it was Elliott Hines. So they took the Hines school that was around the same area and they smashed the schools together. And that's in Northwest. And around there is Stadium Armory and everything like that. A couple stops or a stop away is Potomac Avenue Station. Now, Potomac Avenue Station, Potomac Gardens, G Gardens is what they call it. So let me get into the relationship or situations I've had with this bully. Specifically with me, it was a couple of things, and he was the type of person that he just wouldn't let it go. Like, if it's a joke, okay, I get that, but he just keeps it going. So the whole time the class is going on, you're just being ridiculed about this or about that. Now, I really didn't appreciate the badgering and the extent of the bullying that was going on, whether it be with me, towards me, or it be towards somebody else. I just wish like people like that just stop, because you don't know what a person is going through. You don't know what I have to deal with when I go home. You know what I'm saying? And it's not nothing that I feel comfortable telling you. Because who's to say that you could relate to that? But that was my issue with him over time, and I feel like this situation and him getting stabbed happened like my last year of middle school, and that was 8th grade. So basically, he got stabbed. It just spread like wildfire. So everybody was just like, oh, did you hear about such and such? Did you hear about he got stabbed or whatever? So then when everybody was saying that he gonna be okay and stuff like that, we was going home. We was on the train. And I was with this girl who I would call an associate. She wasn't really a friend, and I'll tell y'all why. I was with an associate on the train. Along with us was a girl who was in a lower grade than us. And I never hung with her. But we would acknowledge each other type shit. So I wasn't uncomfortable talking in front of this girl, which I should have been, or I should have been careful on who I was talking around, because I will tell y'all, because it got bad. But this is the thing that happens when you talk shit about somebody and you own up to it, and it is what it is. You feel me? So we on a train, and the girl who is least my associate, she bring up him saying, he got stabbed, that's crazy, whatever. And I basically said, I don't feel bad for him. And I just said it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was true. It was what I was feeling. Like, I just felt like I don't feel bad for him because Lord knows what could have happened. You know what I'm saying? It could have been something that he didn't even do. It could have been something that he couldn't help. But what I've seen and how he goes after people verbally and even physically sometimes, I don't feel bad for him, you know? And that's just what I said. And actually, like right after I said that, the girl that's least my associate was like, wow. And then it was 2 other girls who we didn't get on a train with. They didn't go to our middle school or nothing. That was like, oh, y'all talking about and all this and whoop-de-woo. And I was just like, yeah, that's who we talking about. I feel like those girls immediately wanted me to wanted me to be like, oh, I'm not talking about him, or oh, I'm not sorry about what I said. You know what I'm saying? And first of all, you being rude for butting into my conversation. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. That was like a Friday. And we had went back to school, of course, on Monday. Monday hit. The G Gardens girls found out about it. It was lunchtime, and mind you, I didn't know it was an issue until lunchtime because they was in a lower grade. These girls was in a lower grade, so I didn't know it was an issue until then. And once I got to the cafeteria and I was getting my food and all that, that's when I got approached. And they was like, who is Bianca? I turned around and I said me. And it was about 4 or 5 of them. And they asked me, well, first of all, it was a childhood friend, you know, that was with them who I guess started to have issues with me. I don't know. I don't even be tripping off that type of shit. Like, my thing is, if you don't want to be a friend of me, you don't have to be. I don't give how many years. I don't give how long we knew each other. I'm just like that. It was a childhood friend and she was saying who is Bianca, which we grew up together, but you know, whatever. And they got that out the way and they was saying, what did you say about the bully? And I mean, you heard what I said today. I basically said that I didn't feel bad. I said the same thing that I said. My thing is, especially when people confront you, you got to keep the same energy. That's how you exude who you really are. You know, if you a scary person, then be that. But I'm not going to sit up here and run from y'all. I'm not going to sit up here and fake like I didn't say what I said. And my thing is, if I say it on here, if I say it to a person and it get back, I'm going to say the same thing. You know, that's keep the same energy and it is what it is. You know, however it needs to be handled after that, I'm sure it will, you know. So they were saying, what did I say? I said the same thing. And then basically it started to be a who said what. Because the person, remember I told y'all, the girl that I was most associate with, you know what I'm saying? She started to get scary once she got approached. And she said that she didn't say anything. And my thing is, yeah, you did, because you agreed with what I said. You know what I'm saying? Just keep the same energy. And they was talking about how they wanted to do this and do that. And I told the one that I was most associated with, if they was to jump me within, you know, the school day ending or whatever the case is on the way to the station, I'ma whoop your ass too. You know, especially because you're not trying to take accountability for what it is that you said, and you agreed with my point of view. And I mean, I should have known that's how she would have handled it, because when the girls on the train, they turned around and they wasn't with us and they was just like, who y'all talking about, this, that, and the fourth, whatever. She was acting scary at that time too. So I should have really known that's how she would have handled it. But, and mind you, these little girls, they was known for, you know, jumping people and, you know, handling their business as far as they think. You know what I'm saying? Bullies too. Shit. You know? Little bullies. So, and that's one thing that I can't waver. I can't act scared of someone who is younger than me, for real, because most of the time the issue don't even be that big, you know what I'm saying? Especially like that he's nothing to you, you know what I'm saying? I get if you stepped out there because that's family, but he's nothing to you. You know, you should really be focused on school. You know, you shouldn't be focused on who said what, because I didn't change my story. So she was acting scary or whatever, and that was around lunchtime. Then we all went to class, and then I got called into mediation. It was basically over before it started. And nothing happening, by the way. The moral of this story is, this first part anyway, is stand on your own. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless, if somebody with you doing a crime and they don't want to fess up to it, you still gonna have to do your time. Just like if the girl that I was with who agreed with me, whether she said it or not, I would have still got my ass whooped if I didn't handle it how I did. You know, if both of us would have been like, oh no, we didn't say this, we didn't say that, well, it's a chance that both of us would have got our ass whooped. So yeah, to when the actual bully approached me. Once he was strong enough and got his strength up from the hospital and recovering and everything, he came back to school. And I seen him, you know what I'm saying? I was going to a class and I was in the stairwell. And for some reason, I just was not fucking paying attention. But I looked up and he was standing right in front of me. And it was crazy because I thought that was it. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. I thought he was going to like try to do some hoe shit. Like I thought he was going to try to smack me or something. Because like that has happened to me before. And I will tell y'all about that. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a petty ass situation on the dude part. But anyways, he caught me on the stairwell. I was lacking. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't looking up. He like pressed me to... It was like a door. And I was cool as a cucumber too. Because, I mean, at that point, it's like, I really didn't even give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He pressed me up against the hallway door that's like the enter and exit to the stairwell. And he was like, what you say about me? I heard you was talking about me, whoop-de-woo. I said the same thing that I said. And mind you, this was like months after that happened. So if I'm over it at the time, if I'm over it when the little girls approach me, I'm damn sure over it now. You know what I'm saying? So I said the same thing that I said, and he let me go. He let me go, and I feel like bottom line, I just like got, you know, a small ounce of his respect because I don't waver. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all need to learn how to do. You gotta stand on your words. You know, say what you mean and mean what you say. And I meant that. And I understand it being taken as messed up to say because he was still in the hospital and all this. But my thing is, I just don't have sympathy for bullies. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. It's a thing called karma. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing called karma, and it's real. Like, you can't go on with life just being messed up to people and expect nothing to happen to you health-wise, or somebody trying to take your life or something like that, you know? And you got to take that into account. And I feel like why he didn't... I mean, sure, he pressed me, but I feel like why he didn't do anything about it, you know what I'm saying? Why he didn't, like, try to choke me out or whatever the case is because he knew where I was coming from. Or he knew that he has to change, you know? He knew deep down inside that his actions played a part, you know what I'm saying? Played a part in him being stabbed. Regardless if it was because of, you know, somebody being bullied and they can't take it no more, or whatever the case is, or it had something to do with something separately. You know, it all boils down to karma. I mean, with situations like that, you really gotta be mindful of the people that you talk around, and you gotta be mindful about like what level you on with a person, to be able to, you know, talk to them about things like that. You know what I'm saying? I was having a conversation with two people that I really shouldn't have been having a conversation with. But at the same time, it takes stuff like that, and it takes shit hitting the fan for you to see what a person is really gonna do. You know, I don't regret saying it, and I don't regret what I went through because of what I said, because it taught me how to handle tough situations, and they could have really hurt me bad, you know? Like, I know just because they're young don't mean that they ain't dangerous, but I felt the need to be the example of I said what I said, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I want y'all to let me know in the comments below. I want y'all to let me know in the comments below if y'all have ever been through anything like that, if y'all ever been in hell or high water like that. And this was middle school, but it could have got very real, because it really did used to get real in middle school, elementary, all that. So and if y'all was in my position, what would y'all do? How would y'all handle it? Would y'all just start punching girls? Like, what would y'all do? I feel like I handled it accordingly, and I walked away unscathed, so that should tell you something. But yeah, in the comments below, let me know, because this is my first story time in a while. So let me know if y'all like this type of thing, if y'all want to see more story times, because I got a few that I can do. Thank you for watching if you watched it all the way through. And it's your girl Boctavia. I will be back in a later video. And like I said, if y'all want more of these, make sure to let me know in the comments. Like this video, share it, and I will see y'all soon.